Welcome back to Real Sports Talk, New York's new number one sports talk show. It's your boy Cash. I'm here to do a little post game on the Giants. Nothing crazy. Uh, I was actually just gonna do it Tuesday with my boys. Shout out to JQ Ra. But I said, man, there's a level of frustration. I was like, nah, I gotta get on there and vent a little bit. But so we're gonna do it today, man. Let's get this started, man. Oh man. I don't want to say it's tough being a Giants fan because there's been good times. Not in the last 11 years, but there's been good times. But let's stay on today's topic. Giants lose to the Commanders. Uh Really not a competitive game. Um I mean, just all around ugly game in terms of the play for both sides, man. Listen, the preseason is over, 1,000%. The honeymoon, the the allure and the hope. I shouldn't say the hopes, but the elation from what we saw in preseason from Dart and the offensive line and everything is it's over, man. The preseason is not the regular season, right? It's the preseason. The coaches don't show all the packages and the playbook is vanilla. So, that's a mirage, man. You know what I mean? That's not a mirage. It's just guys getting in there and getting reps and getting, kind of used to the speed of the game a little bit, even though they're still going half speed, but getting used to the speed of the game and getting their legs under them. It's like, it's like a boxer almost with sparring, you know what I mean? Or you can't be out the ring too long without getting ring rust. But all my Giants fans, I'm not here to be a Debbie Downer, but let's all climb back in the window that we jumped out of, including me, because I was first out the window. Let's all climb back in. Another opening day loss to a division rival. A lot of people, there were two schools of thought in this game, and I'm not going to be long-winded today. We're going to get on probably Tuesday and really break the game down, but there was two schools of thought. There was the Giants have a shot to be really good in this division, and I think the Giants are better than what people thought, and it's one game. I'm not panicking, but I am commenting on the game, and I was one of the guys to be like, the Giants are a lot better than people give them credit for. I think they're going to surprise people, and they still might, but it didn't happen today. Commanders, really good year last year, redemption year last year. JD5, the emergence of JD5, as one of the best quarterbacks in the league for a rookie quarterback is really incredible. But there were people in the media thinking, well, Commanders, we got to see them do it again. Have they regressed a little bit? Blah, blah, blah. We don't know. The jury's still out. But I do know this. The Commanders did not light it up at all today. They had drops, a bunch of stupid penalties that bailed the Giants out on certain drives in the first half. That handed the Giants first downs off third and longs. They helped us out a little bit, and we still couldn't get it done. We didn't play well, bottom line. We all know that, right? We did not play well. We did not have a good game. Tired of these opening day bad games. I get all excited. I get my Giants jersey or my Giants hat. I go out and get a sandwich, a couple of beers, whatever it might be. Everyone does the same. You sit down, football's back, Giants are back, Big Blue. Sundays, 1:00. The air's getting, it's not really foolish, but starting to turn slightly. It's exciting. And then you get let down by the Giants again. But like I said, we didn't play well. Let me start with this, man. All the Russell Wilson haters, please, all the Russell Wilson haters, go back inside your houses and cut this shit out. Cut it out. All the Jaxon Dart fanatics, Let's simmer down. Simmer down. Just a quick minute. Just a quick minute, please. I was afraid of this, man. I was afraid of this QB room dynamic from the standpoint that this offseason, the jubilation and elation. Oh, we have Jameis Winston, we have Dart, we have Cutlass here for a second, even though he got cut. And we got Russell Wilson. Quarterback play is going to change, and the emergence of Jaxon Dart. Everybody's Google Gaga over Dart. And I said to myself, every bad game the Giants play, immediately after, you are going to have the media ask the question about Dart for Dable. Hey, Dabes, Russell didn't particularly play well. The Giants didn't. You guys didn't particularly play well today. You think about starting Jaxon Dart? Boom. Thinking about starting Jaxon Dart? I said, damn, this is gonna happen every game. This is gonna be like a distraction almost. And couple of questions today from the media. What about starting Jaxon Dart? Did you think about putting Jaxon Dart in there when this happened? What about Jaxon Dart? Stop this. It's game one. Newsflash. It's game one. And this wasn't on Russell. I don't care what anyone says. I'm sorry. I don't care what y'all say. You can disagree with me. By the way, if you want to disagree, leave it in the comments. This wasn't on Russell. And don't talk to me about Jaxon Dart putting him in there. Please. The O-line was not good today. Russ was under fire every single snap. It felt like every single snap, especially in the first half. Come on. You want to put Jaxon Dart in there behind a porous offensive line? I haven't even checked the stats. Russ, I'm gonna go on PFF probably later or tomorrow. Sometimes they're a little bit later uploading the advanced stats, but he gets sacked 2 times. But that didn't tell the story. I bet you when we look at the stats, you're gonna see a lot of pressure because he was under a ton of pressure. He was running for his life all day, similar to last year, similar to the year before that, similar to the year before that, and the year before that, right? And we're still with the Jacobs. Is Jaxon Dart going to play? Are we out of our minds? I mean, seriously, you want to put Jaxon Dart behind that line? Did you not just go through the last 5 years of Daniel Jones playing behind a bad offensive line? And all we did was kill Daniel Jones all day long. Oh, he's a terrible quarterback. Oh, he's this. Didn't look that terrible today in Indiana. Right? And we'll get into that. Shout out to Daniel Jones. It's going to look real terrible, man, as far as the Giants front office is concerned. If Daniel Jones, who has the starting job and played really well against Miami today, has a crazy season. He put up numbers today. I think he put up 280 yards or something like that. A couple of TDs on the ground. We already know he could do that. We used to call him Vanilla Vic, right? But back to Dart. Let's not screw this up, right? Let's stop with the questions. This kid has looks like he possibly could have all the potential in the world. Don't screw him up throwing him behind a porous O-line. Just knock it off, man. Don't start putting pressure on Russ. Him having to look behind his shoulder on every, having to look behind his shoulder at Dart on the sideline after every incomplete pass or interception or, mistake. Or not saying he made a lot of mistakes today, Not saying he played super great either, but again, that offensive line. The line couldn't get. Listen, the line was just awful today, man. They couldn't open up and create any type of gaps to get the run game going. The Commanders' front seven swallowed up Tracy and Scatterbull. And by the way, Scatterbull, didn't particularly have a crazy game his first game, but the kid is tough, man. The kid look like he's going to be able to get downhill, and he's going to look like he kind of reminds me a little bit of Brandon Jacobs from a couple of things I saw today. Tough kid, hard. He's going to look like he's going to be very hard to tackle. But they couldn't open up the run game at all. And when you can't open up the run game, the pass game is going to suffer, right? Just common sense. They were terrible in pass protection, and they couldn't open up any holes for the running backs to get loose. Last year, the Commanders under Joe Witt, I read a stat earlier, under Joe Witt, finished 13th in yards allowed and 18th in points allowed. And then when they held their opponents, I believe it was under 200 passing yards, they were 9-1. So they had some bright moments, but they had a lot of problems stopping the run last year. Not the case today, right? They were bringing Javon Kinlaw, they're bringing Wise, Eddie Coleman, Payne, Armstrong. These guys are big, strong guys. They addressed that problem, and they got 1,000 times better on that front in that front seven, man. You know, you got guys, back Bobby Wagner, hell of a middle linebacker, a little bit older now, hell of a linebacker. Von Miller, him a little bit older now, still incredibly good. They have a really good front seven. Giants could not get going in that run game. It's terrible, man. If you know a little bit about football, you know if you can't get the run going, the passing game is dead as well. Especially when Russell Simmons is under fire the whole game. Andrew Thomas hurt again. No protection on the left side. No premier protection on the left side. No disrespect to James Hudson, but he's not Andrew Thomas. He was brought in to be a death piece. I feel like every time you blink, Andrew Thomas is hurt. Phenomenal left tackle, one of the best in the game. But the best ability is availability, correct? Right? It's insane, man. It's just insane. Frustrating, right? Listen, Malik. Let's talk a little about Malik. Malik made a couple of really nice catches. One where he had to actually come back or turn. A couple of plays he didn't get hit in stride because again, Russ was on the run a lot. But he made a couple of nice catches. But he looked frustrated. If you ever noticed, Malik Neighbors looked frustrated last year, and he looked frustrated again this year. Nothing out of Slayton. Let me see what the stats say. Nothing out of Slayton, right? Nothing. I mean, Wandell had a decent game. I saw Wandell threw his sting a little bit today underneath. I'll get those in a minute. But we needed another receiver. I'm not been saying that. The secondary didn't even have to break a sweat, in my opinion. There was no reason for Lattimore and Sanistrell to even break a sweat, man. The Giants have some issues, man. Straight up and down, the Giants have some issues. So I thought the Giants, there was some bright spots. The Giants controlled the time of possession in the game. I think I got to look it up too. I should have these stats open. My apologies. The Giants, I believe, controlled the time of possession, right? What does it say here? Especially in the first half, they controlled the time of possession. I believe the whole game was by let me see. I'm looking up right here. Pardon me. Time of possession. Where the fuck is this? Time of possession. Here we go. Time of possession. 30 minutes, 32 seconds. To the Commanders, 29 to 28 seconds. So, all right. So they did control the time of possession, not by a huge amount. Felt like it was more in the first half. That's always good. Give the defense a chance to rest, But overall, not a good game. Offensive line, we're having the same issues as we did last year, right? Same exact issues. Let me look up the Giants. Dolphins, Colts. See what Daniel Jones did because this shit is crazy to me. Where are we? Dolphins, Colts. Player stats. And look. Colts. Daniel Jones. 22 for 29 in the air, 272 yards and a touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, 71 yards on the ground. Pittman had a decent game. Tyler Warren had a decent game. He got some weapons this year. Jonathan Taylor, Tyler Warren, Michael Pittman. He's got Colts have a really good offensive line as well. And look what that does. Look at the difference. Now I understand it's only one game. I get it. It's only one game. Let's not go nuts, right? But shit. it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem in the eyes of the media if Daniel Jones this year throws for you know 30 touchdowns and throws for 4,000 yards and he looks good, and he runs for 700 yards like he did with us. And I know it's not about Daniel Jones anymore. He's a thing of the past, but it just goes to show you Colts have one of the best offensive lines in the league. Where do they rank? Let's see what the Colts rank. Colts offensive line rankings this year. Let's see where they look. They are Indianapolis Colts offensive line is ranked number 5 by Pro Football Focus. Right? There you have it. There you have it. It starts and finishes in the trenches. Let's just be honest. It starts and finishes in the trenches. 100%. That's it. There's nothing else. And as long as the Giants continue to have a bad or subpar offensive line, it's going to be a problem. The Commanders didn't play, but they still won. Right? We're going to see what next week's another week. We'll see what the Giants do against the Cowboys. Well, Micah being gone today and him being in Green Bay. Green Bay was cooking today. They beat Detroit today. Love was cooking. And I brought that up. Look how Love is. Look how Love is now behind a good line. He's experienced. He's poised. And he did that because he was behind Aaron Rodgers those couple of years. Now, I'm not saying Jaxon Dart got to play three or 4 years or whatever. Love played behind two or 3 years, whatever it was. Love played behind Rodgers, but give him a chance to learn. We keep saying that. And you can't put him in there with his offensive line. You're gonna screw the kid up, a la Sam Darnold, a la Zach Wilson, a la Daniel Jones. You just can't do it. You can't do it. Like I said, Cowboys in next week. They're coming off a loss to the Eagles. Mike is gone. That should help a little bit. But, can we run the ball? Right? Yeah, Mike is gone, but Micah wasn't, the cream of the crop in terms of stopping the run. Hell of a pass rusher, right? Hell of a pass rusher. One of the best. I don't think the Cowboys should have traded him. But some believe that he's vulnerable, especially in, read option situations. Maybe because he's not the biggest guy in the world, pause, but maybe that's why he has problems stopping the run. I don't know, but that definitely hurt the Cowboys. But can we capitalize on that? We'll see. We'll see. And we'll do a breakdown of Dallas Giants later on in the week. But we're in for a long year, man. We're in for a long year if you're a Giants fan. If we're not careful, man. Another year, another game with problems in the red zone. I feel like we can never score in the red zone. Bellinger, I like Bellinger, man, but big drop today on third down. I think it was either in the first or second quarter that killed the drive with the Giants in command of territory, man. It really, there's a lot of mistakes today. So, McFadden, him being hurt, hope he's okay. Hope he can get back. That's going to be a big blow, pause if we're not careful. So, I say that to say this. Should you be worried? No, it's game 1. We never thought the Giants were winning the Super Bowl, but if you lose next week, you're in for a little bit of issues because you could potentially. Well, you know what? You're gonna catch right next week is the Cowboys. You're gonna catch the. Sorry, it's escaping me. Catch Kansas City coming in, possibly 2 losses. Right? They just lost last week against the Chargers, and they play the Eagles. And Eagles, Eagles look good, even though they lost all those guys on defense. Still look good. And then you had Jalen Carter do the stupid spinning thing, so he was out that game. So their defensive line will be a little bit tougher. So you might have a shot to beat Kansas City. They might be licking their wounds a little bit, or they might come in, or they might beat the Eagles and start rolling, or they might lose to the Eagles and come in and say, "Oh, fool, Giants are fool. We got this is where we get one." We don't know. We don't know. But I know this. Dak didn't look bad last week at all. Did he look phenomenal? I wouldn't say phenomenal, but he didn't look bad. He didn't look bad. So we'll see what happens, man. Just go in there next week and show the Cowboys and Schottenheimer, baby Schottenheimer, and Eberflus, who got ran out of the fucking Chicago last year, how we do it, man. Let's get the run game going. Let's get Scatterbull off quick. Pause. Let's get Tyrone Tracy off quick. You know, that's all I really got to say, man. I just wanted to voice my frustration, man. Let's stop with the Jaxon Dart shit in the media. If you're in the media, let's knock this shit off, man. Stop with the Jaxon Dart shit. We don't want to see Jaxon Dart this year. I understand that you might see him down the line. We continue to lose because then it's going to be a thing where why not? This is Dable and Shane's ace in the hole to play, to extend their job. But I did see Russ take a couple of shots down the field. I thought that was cool. He's not. You didn't see that a lot from Daniel Jones last year, but like I'm saying, not a lot of time for him to even really set his feet and go through his progressions and have enough time to get the ball down the field too. I guarantee you see a little bit of better pass protection. We don't know how long Thomas is going to be out for, but you see a little bit of better pass protection. You'll see Russell Wilson complete some of those deeper throws. And we'll get more into the game, the stats Tuesday when we come back on. But I just had to come on and verbalize my frustrations, man. I'm getting ready to watch this Bills Ravens game. Should be good. I'm still excited. It's still go Giants. And fingers crossed. We knew it was going to be a rough season, but it's disappointing for it to turn out a game where you didn't play well and you didn't look good and they didn't look good. You had a shot to go into DC and into Maryland, Landover, Maryland, and really make a statement. So you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Cash. We'll see you Tuesday for the regular episode of Real Sports Talk. I'm out of here. Peace.